Hello, welcome to the Daily English News program on Azərbaycan Televiziya. I'm Görə. On December 17, President of Azerbaijan Ilham was interviewed by Dmitry Kiselov, Director General of the Россия Сегодня International News Agency, author and host of the Vesti Nedelya program on the Russia 1 TV channel for the All Russia State Television and Radio Broadcasting Company and Russia's RIA Novosti Agency.
President Ilham Aliyev dwelled on the Declaration on Allied Interaction signed in February of 2022 in Moscow and underlined that this is the most important political step both from the side of Russia and Azerbaijan and is the highest form of interaction and cooperation. Today, Russia and Azerbaijan are two reliable partners, and I think that there is no doubt about this in Azerbaijan or Russia. I am confident that this will continue to be the case, said the head of state, and underlined that they keep on finding new areas for trade and economic cooperation. Due to the peculiarities of foreign policy, Azerbaijan, a country pursuing an independent foreign policy, is perceived as an absolutely independent player both in the West and in the East. Also due to the fact that it's the only country that is an ally of Russia and, at the same time, an ally of Turkey and NATO member. There is no other such country in the world, noted the head of state. Concerning the weapons that Macron's government is supplying to Armenia, President Ilham Aliyev stated that these are offensive weapons, lethal weapons, that pose a practical threat to Azerbaijan. We, of course, cannot be mere bystanders in this process. We have repeatedly informed Armenia and its patrons in the US State Department that this must be stopped. But unfortunately, we have not been heard, and the process of arming Armenia is going on at an alarmingly fast pace, the president of Azerbaijan added. Touching on the peace treaty with Armenia, President Ilham Aliyev disclosed two articles in the documents which have not been agreed upon and underlined that the peace treaty and the simultaneous arming of Armenia against us are two incompatible courses. One of them is about refraining from filing international lawsuits against each other, and the other article concerns the non-deployment of representatives of other countries on our border. If all this is resolved, there will be no more obstacles to signing the peace treaty. President Ilham Aliyev accentuated that even before September 2023, we had officially published a plan for the reintegration of Karabakh Armenians into the Azerbaijani state. This was done publicly and posted online, because our numerous attempts to establish contact with representatives of the Armenian public turned out to be unsuccessful. The head of state also dwelled on the fact that the community of Azerbaijanis who are natives of Armenia and were deported in the late 1980s and early 1990s, about 300,000 people, has officially applied to the Armenian leadership requesting conditions for their return and reintegration. We're still waiting for a response from the Armenian leadership on how they envision the integration of Azerbaijanis into their historical lands, pointed out the head of state. Concerning the Russian companies involved in the reconstruction of Karabakh, the head of state referred to data in respect to Russian investments and said we would welcome them. Speaking of the recent COP29 forum held in Baku, President Ilham Aliyev said it was a huge organizational effort, but we coped with it with dignity. He also spoke of the campaign to discredit Azerbaijan, the amount of $300 billion agreed to be spent annually on the climate issues, and added that the vast majority of countries joined a total of 14 initiatives put forward by Azerbaijan. Touching on their relations with France and its unsubstantiated unjust attacks against our country, President Ilham Aliyev said that it may have once been a great country of great thinkers, great scientists and writers, but is no longer the case. The Macron regime is essentially turning France into a failed state. Commenting on the development unfolding in Georgia, the head of state said Georgia is an important partner and a close friend for us. For centuries, our nations have lived in peace and harmony. Therefore, destabilization or the threat of destabilization in Georgia, as harmful as it is for Georgia, is also harmful for Azerbaijan. Therefore, for our part, we strive for and are doing everything to ensure that the situation in Georgia aligns with the political direction, is stable, and that Georgia develops successfully. In conclusion, President Ilham Aliyev extended his wishes on the occasion of New Year.
Спасибо большое, Ильхам Ильдарович, за это прекрасное интервью.
Спасибо вам.
President Ilham Aliyev signed an executive order on the construction of a new bridge over the railway line and the Samur-Absheron Canal on the Mehmet Asadov Street, which connects the city of Sumgait with the Saray settlement of the Absheron region. According to the executive order, 9,960,000 manats were allocated to the state agency of Azerbaijan automobile roads from the reserve fund of the President of Azerbaijan in this regard. President İlham Əliyev signed another executive order on measures to hold next Yüksəliş competition in 2025. According to the executive order, 1 million manats were allocated to the Ministry of Youth and Sports from the reserve fund of the President of Azerbaijan to this end. The chairmanship of the Conference on the Interaction and Confidence Building Measures in Asia for 2024-2026 has passed from Kazakhstan to Azerbaijan. The main priorities during Azerbaijan's chairmanship will be three main directions: transformation and institutional development of the organization, strengthening of sectoral cooperation through the implementation of confidence-building measures, and promotion of joint activities of the structure with other international and regional organizations. Speaking at the briefing, Secretary General of the Conference on Interaction and Confidence Building Measures in Asia, Kairat Sarabay, expressed confidence that the coming two-year chairmanship of Azerbaijan will bring certain results and make the world safer. That was all for the day. Thank you for being with us. Stay well.